Amber.spradley is live tonight.
Amber.spradley joins us now with a look.
Amber.spradley has been following this investigation.
Spradley has been tracking this.
Spradley joins us live.
Amber.spradley is live from the closure.
I just want to show you the traffic that is going on this interstate. This all happened around 10 this morning when the 9-year-old boy was attempting to cross the highway here. We're near Porter Avenue. Now the suspect, as we told you, the driver of this vehicle, she's now behind bars, but not before sending officers on a hunt. $53 million to restore and improve our beautiful Gulf here. It comes from the bipartisan infrastructure law, crashing the precinct. You are elected as our next sheriff of Jackson County. Kind of tell me, you were running against 3 other candidates, and the Senate did pass it last night, voting all in favor. This is the one located at 135 Main Street. And that bill, it's now on its way to the White House for a signature. Last year's data shows 165 foster children across 14 counties are held by the state. They initially treated it as an active shooter situation, but that was not the case. He said they quickly learned it was more targeted. I'm actually in Van Cleve at a convenience store called First Place. This is off Highway 57 in Van Cleve. And then I have to say the name is pretty fitting. This is a winning store. Last week, one woman from Moss Point came in and bought a winning ticket of about $1 million. Their logic behind it is that if they provide people with the money they need to improve their own storefronts, it's going to improve the overall look and feel of the city. This building behind me has sat vacant for about 6 years now. It was an old Winn-Dixie store, and now it's going to be a new Rouse's grocery store. This lot that I'm actually standing in, it's a little more than 11 acres of empty space that used to be a shopping center, and it's one prime example of what they're looking to transform now into something a little more fruitful for the area. People have been trickling in and out of here since 9 this morning for Singing River Health's career fair. The chapter here has not deployed any personnel to any of those states impacted by the tornadoes, but volunteers here are still working around the clock virtually. I'm here at the Coast Coliseum where rehearsals are underway. These are really just the final moments to get everything together. But first, floats must be finished, beads must be loaded, and the routes must be set. Already got the best seats on the route. How are you guys doing this morning? Why is it important to you despite the fog, the cold? They're already seeing orders for Christmas. All the vets here behind me. We see kids lined up already, and we will be live from here again at 6 o'clock to show you some of these trunks. The weather really couldn't have turned out better for the occasion. They're very pleased in the turnout this year for Cruising the Coast. The registration is happening for Cruising the Coast. We have lots and lots of classic cars out here. Margaritaville on the west side of it, as you can see behind me here. Now this is something that's been in the works for 5 years. Drivers are being redirected off the interstate because further than Bayview Avenue, these southbound lanes going into Biloxi from I-110 are closed indefinitely. After the fire was extinguished last night, MDOT came out to inspect the damage. Crews did soundings of the concrete to identify any voids or air pockets. This means workers listened closely to the structure as they struck it with metal objects. They also looked into things like the temperature of the bridge itself around the time of the fire. MDOT engineer Kelly Castleberry tells me these tests are critical because fire is detrimental to concrete.
That concrete becomes brittle. It actually heats up and expands, and you'll start to have the aggregate, pop out or be removed from that concrete, causing voids.
Castleberry tells me they did identify several of these voids throughout the southbound section, as well as several columns significantly damaged. Officials do not have a timetable for when the ramp can reopen. Castleberry saying it all depends on how much more damage remains to be uncovered by their team. And when this fire did break out, we're told that a semi-truck was full of city supplies like road signage and things for events throughout the year. They were stored in that 18-wheeler, and that did catch fire as well. Our Bill Snyder has more on that, but for now, live from the I-110 closure, Amber.spradley, WLOX News Now.